story. There's an old story about charred monkeys keeps coming back to me when I think about the stories of this collapsing world I am still a tenant of, though not for long, I hope, where the few real friends I have, friends not so much of my work as of my life, give the effect of at least this last small island of consciousness aboard the Ark. Even if we suppose that this means nowadays some mere raft of flesh and bones. So aboard the Ark, on the eve of the big splash, on the verge of strangulation, asphyxia of putrid meat rushing up over the burning mind and smothering it, a frightful wrath leaps up on every side where I do believe the big social problems are nothing much more than next to a certain physiological irritation of the epidermis, skin, and bones, something very few have seen, that will soon drown all else out. But this is no mere rage of the mind. No, not even a rage of the heart. This time, we have a body rage. The rage of this great stepchild of the history of man as well as beast. The body, big splashes went down the drain of history. Many inexplicable disasters that stopped short and, however they may have been, they may have felt, agreed to throw in the sponge because the body was always being kept out of the rumble. It was as if the mind, not the body, ran those revolutions. As if revolution were a thing that got underway, then stuck to the rules. As if a revolution were a thing that got underway that stuck to the rules, like ballet or the pawns on the checkerboard. And you finally tucked it away in your coat pocket like the pawns on the checkerboard. So, as long as history has been history, mind, not body, has led the ballet. No core, even the core to ballet. The mind with its monopoly on values and things, which upsets all values and things, as though there were ideas and things, even with the body being submitted to a plowshare, plus ideas and principles, and a body that is supposed to be idea. So that I also suspect that I am a horse, not a man. And I am not sure that I am not on all fours now. On all fours being kicked in irons now and then. But I am certain a being so iron in force, no horse could suspect that I was a man. Nor any man forced me up once on all fours. So certain was I that I was a horse. I made and nailed on 4 iron shoes. Being no man, but certain horse, kicked by all who suspect I am a man, and so forced me up, not to be a horse, so that I am forced up in the air with all 4 ridges flying, and I can kick like hell, and snort up both nostrils, and they can't trip me up on words because I won't be saying anything. And what the fuck am I trying to say now? What the fuck am I here for? Okay, this is the last piece, and I hope you realize that Artaud, spent the last 7 years of his life in an institution, and
I wonder why.
But this material relates extremely well to the present conditions we live with, and I hope that this last one, Workman's Hand, Monkey Hand, touches on a couple of the positive aspects as well. Working up from the cellar to the roof, cesspool to asthmatic nose. There he goes, there he goes. Who is it? That hired hand or the monkey hand? The working man, you filthy old monkey, who'll wear hip boots to climb clear of this shit from the cesspool and us to the roof. Who'll sweat then, sweat some more, writhing in all that clay you thought you created him out of. You did force him when you thought you'd force him to be born again in your plagiary of innate essence, your being innate by a presumption at the bottom of your innateness, supposedly above all creatures. You get your creature comforts forked out to you with your fecal monkey hands. Dirty old punk monkey that lend yourself to anything at all, that never made anything alone, ever, and didn't know how to make yourself be born, with the tonsure of your whole God, you filthy old monkey. Where did your hand plunge into the mildewed pus of that being who was fucked by the crime you committed when he tried to resemble you, God? But when did your hand ever bleed where the prisoners are being flayed alive, God? Who was it gnashed his shoulder bones as if to crawl on all fours over his own gangrene skeleton, God? You lousy faggot, you crotch full of stars who made lice you've infested with the shine? Your old man, God, or was it the ancient of days, you filthy old cocksucker? Whoever could learn or earn a human hand over the shadow of your innate hand, workman or chimpanzee, the workman I'd rather guess, God. Oh, God! Who is it who knows his own hands from the bottom of his well-proportioned toes to the sinus of his fingers of his nose? You, or who sweated it out long before your eternity, God? And it was hard labor made him human. Yes, it was almost perfect crime you perpetuated against him, who digged in the earth for you and let you grope all around in his funky sweat with a weathered, fatal hand, that monkey hand amputated from the human who ever shared his hatred of that cross you've got always wanted to fuck me up the ass with, God. And the stale donut of your ass, your cornpole punk, you old shit ass, you tonsid hole, you tonsid old punk hole, and the stale donut of your ass, and the circle of your bung hole, and your corny old bung hole, and the circle of your grunting bung hole soul, that soul you wanted to slip into me from the bottom of your bung hole, you tonsid old fuck hole, the stale donut of your ass, the circle of your grunting soul, you wanted to slip into me from the bottom of your bung hole, you tonsid old fuck hole, and monkey hand with the hairy wrist. When your monkey hand with the fairy wrist was gathering all the filth you had hung in clusters down your ass in order to make me throw it up whole. Anthony Nato.